Imagine a world on the brink of conflict, where air superiority determines the outcome of global power struggles. While the United States and China dominate discussions about cutting-edge military technology, Europe is silently but aggressively developing one of the most advanced fighter jets in history, a machine so powerful, so technologically superior, that it could tip the scales in the next major war. This isn't just another warplane, it's a sixth-generation fighter jet designed to outperform anything currently in the skies. Europe is betting big on not one, but two futuristic projects: the Global Combat Air Program, GCAP, and the Future Combat Air System, FCAS. These aren't just aircraft, they represent a revolution in air warfare, integrating artificial intelligence, stealth capabilities, and drone swarms to dominate aerial battles like never before. With the world becoming more volatile and tensions rising across multiple regions, the question is, could these new European fighter jets change the balance of power? Could they rival American F-35s or even stand against China's J-20? More importantly, should the US and China be worried? Buckle up as we dive into the game-changing fighter jets that might define the future of warfare. The Global Combat Air Program, or GCAP, is Europe's ambitious plan to create a sixth-generation fighter jet that could change the way wars are fought in the sky. This joint effort between the United Kingdom, Italy, and Japan aims to deliver a state-of-the-art aircraft by 2035, making it one of the most significant military collaborations in recent history. At the heart of GCAP is the development of a fighter jet that will push the boundaries of stealth, speed, and artificial intelligence. Unlike current aircraft, this new jet is being designed with full integration into a next-generation combat system, meaning it won't just be a lone warplane, it will be part of a network that includes drones, satellites, and ground-based systems. This level of coordination will allow it to engage enemies with unmatched precision. The GCAP fighter will feature cutting-edge sensor fusion technology, allowing pilots to process vast amounts of data in real time. Its advanced AI-assisted systems will help pilots react faster, making critical decisions in high-pressure combat situations. Another key aspect is its ability to work alongside autonomous drones, acting as a force multiplier by increasing both offensive and defensive capabilities. One of the biggest goals of GCAP is to replace aging fleets of fourth and fifth generation aircraft such as the Eurofighter Typhoon. The UK's BAE Systems, Italy's Leonardo, and Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries are leading the development, ensuring a balance between European and Japanese defense expertise. With its focus on interoperability, advanced weapon systems, and stealth capabilities, GCAP is set to be one of the most lethal fighter jets in the world. But Europe is not stopping there. Another project, just as powerful, is being developed under the leadership of France, Germany, and Spain. While the UK, Italy, and Japan are working on GCAP, France, Germany, and Spain are leading their own advanced fighter jet project, the Future Combat Air System, or FCAS. This program is not just about building a new warplane. It is about creating an entire air combat ecosystem that could dominate the skies for decades to come. At the center of FCAS is the New Generation Fighter, NGF, a sleek and highly advanced sixth-generation aircraft designed to replace existing fleets like the French Rafale and German Eurofighter Typhoon. But unlike traditional fighter jets, the NGF will not operate alone. It will be surrounded by a swarm of remote carriers or unmanned drones that will support missions by jamming enemy defenses, gathering intelligence, or even striking targets independently. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of FCAS is the Combat Cloud, a highly secure AI-powered network that connects pilots, drones, satellites, and ground forces. This system will allow seamless information sharing in real time, making it nearly impossible for enemies to disrupt operations. The goal is to give European air forces an overwhelming battlefield advantage by outmaneuvering and outsmarting adversaries. Stealth and maneuverability are also key priorities for the NGF. The aircraft is being designed with an advanced airframe to reduce its radar signature, making it harder to detect. Engineers are also working on next-generation engines that will allow it to cruise at supersonic speeds without afterburners, increasing efficiency while reducing heat emissions. FCAS is expected to be operational by 2040, slightly behind GCAP. However, if successful, it could make Europe a true powerhouse in aerial warfare, independent from American or Chinese technology. With two separate programs in development, Europe is setting the stage for a new era of military dominance. Both GCAP and FCAS are not just about building faster or stealthier fighter jets. They are about revolutionizing the way aerial warfare is fought. The most defining feature of these programs is their integration of advanced technology, making them far more than just traditional warplanes. One of the biggest advancements is artificial intelligence. These new jets will rely heavily on AI to assist pilots in combat. AI-driven decision-making will help process vast amounts of battlefield data in real time, allowing pilots to react faster than ever before. This will reduce pilot workload and enhance split-second decision-making, potentially giving European forces a major edge in combat scenarios. Another breakthrough is the concept of loyal wingman drones. These unmanned aircraft will fly alongside the main fighter jets, acting as force multipliers. Some will be designed for reconnaissance, others for electronic warfare, and some may even be armed for direct combat. These drones will extend the reach of manned aircraft while reducing the risk to human pilots. Sensor fusion is also a key part of these new fighter jets. Both GCAP and FCAS will feature advanced multi-domain sensors that combine information from satellites, other aircraft, and ground forces. This level of real-time intelligence will make it much harder for enemy forces to hide or surprise European air units. New propulsion systems are being designed to give these jets greater speed and endurance. The engines are expected to allow for sustained supercruise, meaning they can fly at supersonic speeds without the need for fuel-draining afterburners. This increases operational range while reducing thermal visibility, making them harder to track. With all these technological upgrades, these fighter jets won't just be machines of war. They will be intelligent, networked combat systems designed to dominate the battlefield of the future. Before we continue with the video, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. The rise of GCAP and FCAS signals a major shift in global military power. For decades, the United States and China have been the dominant players in advanced fighter jet technology, but Europe is now making a strong case to be a leader in next-generation air combat. The impact of these new aircraft goes far beyond the battlefield. They could reshape alliances, influence global security, and challenge existing military superpowers. One of the biggest strategic implications is European defense autonomy. Traditionally, European nations have relied heavily on American-built aircraft, like the F-35, for their air forces. With GCAP and FCAS, Europe is making a clear statement. It wants to reduce its dependence on U.S. military technology and build its own high-end defense industry. This shift could lead to changes in NATO dynamics, as European nations may start prioritizing their own fighter jets over American alternatives. China and Russia are also watching these developments closely. If Europe successfully builds two competing sixth-generation fighter jets, it could disrupt the balance of power in regions like Eastern Europe and the Indo-Pacific. Countries that traditionally purchase Russian or Chinese aircraft may start looking at European options instead, shifting the global defense market. The introduction of these new jets could also lead to greater competition between allies. The UK and France, both leading separate programs, may eventually find themselves competing for customers in the global arms market. This could create diplomatic tensions as different European nations push their own fighter jets for export. With war in Ukraine, tensions in the South China Sea, and increasing global instability, air superiority is more critical than ever. GCAP and FCAS are not just fighter jets, they are strategic tools that could redefine global military power for the next 50 years. While the GCAP and FCAS programs promise to reshape aerial warfare, they also come with significant challenges. Developing a next-generation fighter jet is one of the most complex and expensive military projects any nation can undertake. With multiple countries involved in each program, there are concerns about funding, technological hurdles, and political disagreements that could slow progress. One of the biggest obstacles is cost. Both programs are estimated to require hundreds of billions of dollars in research, development, and production. In Europe, where defense budgets often face political scrutiny, maintaining consistent funding over the next 2 decades will be a challenge. If economic conditions worsen, some governments might reconsider their commitment to these costly projects. Another challenge is technological integration. These fighter jets are designed to work seamlessly with drones, satellites, and AI systems. Ensuring that all these elements function together in real time without glitches is a major engineering challenge. Any weaknesses in the system could make the aircraft vulnerable to cyber attacks or electronic warfare. There is also the issue of competing interests. The UK, Italy, and Japan have different military needs than France, Germany, and Spain. As a result, some design choices may not align perfectly with all participating nations. Differences in strategic priorities could lead to delays or disagreements over key features. Finally, there is speculation that Europe may eventually merge both programs into a single aircraft to avoid duplication and reduce costs. However, political rivalries may prevent this from happening. Despite these challenges, GCAP and FCAS remain on track to redefine Europe's air power in the coming decades. Europe is making a bold statement with the development of the GCAP and FCAS fighter jet programs. These advanced aircraft are designed not only to compete with the best American and Chinese warplanes, but to reshape the way air warfare is fought. With AI-driven combat systems, drone swarms, and next-generation stealth technology, these jets could set a new standard for military aviation. The strategic implications are massive. Europe is moving toward greater defense independence, potentially reducing reliance on American technology. At the same time, these jets could shift the balance of power in global arms markets, challenging the dominance of the US, China, and Russia. Despite the challenges of cost, technology, and international cooperation, one thing is clear. When these jets take to the skies in the coming decades, they could change the future of warfare forever. The world is watching, and for good reason.